My name's Manal of Feitury. What is my name? Hello and welcome to my vlog. My name is Manal of Feitury. Sorry for my giggles, I actually couldn't get my name out today. But we are going to talk about the do's and don'ts in a casting. Okay, it probably sounds pretty simple and straightforward to those of you who basically do castings all the time, but then there are the cases where people haven't been trained and get shoved into castings, i.e. I tend to do that with a lot of my friends, particularly being over in Bulgaria and there not being a huge amount of ethnic people. I tend to be pulling lots of people in trying to get them jobs. And I will have a little helper on this vlog, which is my camera guy who I made go to a casting, and I had to brief him on basically what to expect, and it gave me this inspiration to do this vlog. So, starting.
Alright, no one's gonna hold me down. I am glorious.
So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the types of casting. So obviously there are only really two, maybe three types, which is when you walk straight into the room and when you do a home self-tape. But for both, you're going to need to know how to do a proper ident and what they expect of you, which is a standard. If you're doing a home audition, you always have to start with who you are, what part you're going for, what your name is, who your agent is, and then you can go in and do your scene. Now, when you're in the room, know what they expect as soon as you walk in the room. So when you walk in the room, you're going to be either met by the client, which is probably like the second or third round, but anyway, just say that they're there for the first one. The client, the casting director, and the camera guy. Anyone else who's there is just kind of maybe the extra person along on the team, I don't know, they're just sat there to watch you and laugh at you. So basically, you come into a room and you have to introduce yourself. So normally you'll walk in and there will be a mark on the floor, and the camera guy or the casting director will say, hey, would you like to come and stand on your mark over here? And you basically do your ident. For those of you who don't know what an ident is, as I said, I'm going to have a helper. Will, would you like to join me, please? Yeah. So, how did you feel when this is Will.
It is my little camera guy.
Well, he's not little actually, are you? You're not like the down brand, are you? So, tell them what happened with the Pringles advert, which you got by the way, guys.
Right, so yeah, it was kind of a weird experience. Never actually done anything like that before. I got brought in, like Manal said, a group of about 3-4 people, and the first thing they do is they just ask you to stand in front of the camera, say who you are, where you're from, and then do this little weird thing you have to do with your hand.
Okay, we're going to do that. I'm going to talk you through it. So, Will, hi, thank you for coming in today for the Pringles advert. Would you like to stand on your mark, which is just here? They won't actually touch you.
I'm touching Will just because I can.
So, Will, could you please look straight into camera and tell me your name, age, and agent?
Hi, my name is Will. I'm from England. I'm 27, and my agent is Manal.
And while we're actually talking about this, the reason I sent Will, I find there are differences in the types of castings you can go to, but advert castings, in my experience, it's kind of like a hit and miss. Like you're told to mime a lot of the time.
You don't know anything until they literally bring you in there. Like for me, they asked me to dance.
Yeah, they can ask you to do anything.
Literally anything.
Can you dance, Will?
Not right now, no.
So, once you've said your name and age and agent to the camera, or they might ask you for something totally different, just like a big word of advice, listen. When you're inside, like, shut up and listen. I find that quite hard, so it's one of my things that's got better over the years. So, after you've done that, you normally have to stand straight to camera, smile. They will ask you to raise your hands, or if you know what to do, you just go straight ahead and do it. You raise your hands up, turn them round, and then put them down. If you'd like to turn round to one side, back towards camera, and then opposite side. Come back towards camera, pull up pose and smile. Don't do that.
Not that one. That's what got me the Pringles advert.
Did it really?
No, I didn't do that one.
You're a liar. Okay, thank you, Will. That's all.
Is that alright? Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.
Okay. You've got to give me 20% of your Pringles advert as an agent. I should point that out. So yes, that is your word of advice, which is something that I definitely struggled with because I talk so much, is just being specific to what they want. When you walk into the room, they want to see, A, can you take instructions? And to be able to take instructions, you need to listen. So I took some of my friends recently down to a casting, and I was allowed to stay in and watch what was going on because they're not actors, and the client was there and they were like, wow, you've brought these people in, and they were like, do you want to stay in and like watch what's going on? And it was interesting to watch other people because then I could see the mistakes in myself, and one of the guys in particular could not stop talking. So it's like, stand on your mark, do your ident, and tell us your name and how old you are and what are you doing here in this country. So this guy went on for like 10 minutes and you just saw everyone like, oh my God, I don't want to know anymore, please stop. To the point where actually I did this behind him, like as in shut the fuck up. As much as they do want to know about you, they don't want to know about you. They've got to see like 50 million people that day. Exaggeration, but along the lines of. So just be straight to the point, listen to what they have to say and do your job, get out of their smile, put loads of good energy out, and then they don't give a fuck about what you ate for breakfast. If you're really lucky and if the team you're working with are like very particular, creative and want to know who their performers are, they'll ask for a meet. Now, a meet is considered not necessarily a casting but a chat, like so the client or the writer or the producer wants to meet you, like who is this person? And that will generally revolve around a cup of coffee or something, obviously in an office environment. And at this point I am going to point out those stories you hear about casting coaches, casting couches. Like never go to a casting where somebody tells you to come to their house or go to their hotel room. It never happens. I've been in this industry for I don't know how long, and maybe I'm blessed to have the agent I have or the mama who brought me up, but you do not ever, particularly like, I'm not gonna say a man or a woman because I don't want to be sexist, but no, like a casting should be done, you know, with more than one person in that room. And, you know, particularly like the stories about, oh, you go in and I've been up for like many nude roles, and like, you know, the most I've been asked to do is to stand in my bikini, and that was with one of the biggest casting directors whom you can Google, and, you know, there was like 5 or 6 other people in the room. And standing in a bikini, you know, connected to an art project with Salma Hayek, yeah, I think I can do that. Going to someone's hotel room and standing in a bikini, like, just use your brain. Another style of casting could be via Skype. If you're filming and they really want to meet you, or sometimes once I've done it where they were trying to place 2 characters together. So one of us was based in London and the other one was in France or something. So we had like a joint Skype thing where they had the 2 actresses reading together. Again, like pretty straightforward. By that point, if they're calling you in for this round, they don't need you to do the ident, they don't need you to sort of, I don't know, do the airs and graces of the initial meet. It will just be straight. You're going to read for them, but always keep in mind, like, just keep it straight, strict business. So to summarize what we've spoken about today in our vlog, the first thing is knowing how to do your ident properly, and even if you feel like a complete and utter dickhead standing in the mirror again. Hello, my name's Manal Feitury, I'm with Felix de Wolf. Do it and become super confident and like feel like that's one thing that you know is definitely gonna happen in that room. Those of you who haven't been trained, I always say that if you want to come into this industry, there's something raw about non-trained actors that I think is unique and special, but never stop training. So keep going after stuff, keep practicing over, you know, your trade. The more you do it, the better you become. When you get your brief and you're going in for a particular character, know your character. Like, know what you would want, but also be open to listening to what the director has to say to you, because you're fundamentally in a casting room to see if he can direct you. It's not your job. Like, when it is your own creative project, that is when you can make creative decisions. But until then, you are somebody else's puppet. Like it or lump it, you choose. So thank you so much guys for watching the whole of the video. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment, even if you don't like it, leave a comment, it's fine. Everyone's allowed an opinion. Share it, pass it on to your friends, budding new performers. Also, my Patreon page is below if you feel like following us and being one of my patrons. I would love that so much. And kissing you. Ciao!
No one's gonna hold me down.